Hello. Welcome to HiromiVoice in English. Tonight, I'm going to talk about some everyday things in Japan that completely normal to Japanese people but maybe surprising to people from other countries. Some of them are very convenient. Some of them are seasonal. Some of them are connected to safety, trust, or the way society works in Japan. Of course, Japan is not perfect. There are many inconveniences. There are many inconvenient things too. But when you look closely at everyday life here, you may notice many small systems that quietly support people's lives. But when you look closely at everyday life here, you may notice many small systems that quietly support people's everyday lives. So today, let's relax together as well and talk about Japan aloud, things that are very common in Japan. By the way, before we start, here is a phrase that commonly used in everyday life. This is aloud. I said Japan aloud. You heard that? Aru. Have you ever heard that from cartoons or animes in Japanese? Aru is a very casual phrase, and this means something common that many people can relate to. If you say それあるあるだよね, それあるある, this means that happens all the time, doesn't it? Or that's really true, isn't it? So that happens all the time. Or that's really true. Aru, それあるある. That means that happens all the time. That's really true. So when I say Japan あるある, this means to Japanese people, oh, that happens all the time. It's totally normal. Okay? あるあるだよね. それあるあるだね. Okay? あるある. So let's look at Japanese あるある together. Okay? Number 1. You can choose a time slot for package re-delivery. You can choose a time slot for package re-delivery. The first one is about package delivery. In Japan, if you are not home when a package arrives, the delivery person usually leaves a small notice in your mailbox. This is called a 不在票. 不在 means you are not at home. 票 means like notice. This means a missed delivery notice. Then you can usually arrange re-delivery, right? What surprises some people is that you can often choose a specific time slot. For example, you may be able to choose the morning, early afternoon, late afternoon, evening, or night. It's not usually an exact time like 7, 5 o'clock or something like that, but you can choose a time range, such as 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., like that. For Japanese people, this feels very normal, but when I think about it carefully, it is actually very convenient. You don't always have to wait at home all day. You can say, I will be home at night, then ask them to bring the package during that time. You don't have to call them. You can arrange the time slot by your smartphone. Okay, so these days there are also delivery lockers. Convenience store pickup, app notifications, QR codes, online forms, or phone systems. So even if you miss a package, you can usually arrange it quite smoothly. I think this shows one of the interesting things about Japan. A lot of daily life here is built around small systems. They may not look dramatic, but they reduce stress little by little. For example, when you are working, taking care of your child, cooking dinner, or going out, you can still receive your package without too much trouble. Of course, this is also very hard work for delivery workers. So recently, many people in Japan are becoming more aware that we should not request delivery too casually. Some people try to use delivery lockers, choose a time when they are definitely home, or receive packages at the convenience stores. So this system is convenient, but it depends also on the hard work of the people who deliver packages. Still, for people visiting or living in Japan, the redelivery system may feel very organized. You miss a package, you check the notice, you choose a time slot. Then, the package comes again. It is one of those small Japanese systems that can make everyday life feel very smooth. Number 2. Vending machines change with the seasons. Vending machine change with the seasons. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to explain that. The next one is vending machines. Japan is famous for vending machines. Did you know that? You can find them near stations, on quiet streets, outside office buildings, near schools, in parks, in the countryside, in the city, almost everywhere. But one thing that may surprise people is that the drinks in vending machines often change depending on the season. In summer, you see more cold drinks, cold water, cold tea, cold coffee, sports drinks, juice, sparkling drinks. When it is very hot and humid in Japan, these vending machines can feel like a small oasis. You are walking outside in the summer heat. Then suddenly you see a vending machine. You put in some coins or use an IC card. then get a cold drink. It's heaven, you know. That small moment can feel so refreshing. But in winter, how about in winter? The vending machines become a little different. You start to see more hot drinks, hot coffee, hot tea, hot lemon drinks, hot corn soup, sometimes even hot miso soup. Interesting, yeah. In Japanese, hot drinks are often marked as hot, H-O-T, sometimes with a red label. Cold drinks are marked as cold, C-O-L-D, often with a blue label. Blue means cold, red means hot. For Japanese people, this is very familiar. But for some people from other countries, the idea of buying a warm canned coffee from a vending machine on a cold day may feel surprising. Are you? In winter, when your hands are cold, you can buy a hot drink and hold the can in your hands. Imagine that. It is also like a hand warmer. I think this is one of the reasons Japanese vending machines are so loved. They are not just convenient, they also reflect the season. In summer, they say, "Please cool down." In winter, they say, "Please warm up." Even the lineup changes. A drink you see in summer might disappear in winter. A drink you love in winter might come back only when the weather gets cold. So, for people who enjoy small seasonal changes, vending machines in Japan can be unexpectedly fun. They are part of the rhythm of the year. You can feel the season changing, not only from flowers or clothing, but even from vending machines. It's also interesting, I think. Okay, number 3. Train delay certificates. Do you know what I mean? The next one is about trains. Japanese trains are known for being punctual. But of course, trains in Japan do get delayed. They are not magic. There can be accidents, bad weather, signal problems, crowded platforms, or other issues. But what surprises some people is that when a train is delayed, like over 5 minutes, you can sometimes get a delay certificate. Do your countries have the name of delay certificates? We call it 遅延証明書. 遅延 means delay, 証明書 means certificates. It is a document that shows the train was delayed. People may use it when they are late for work, school, or an appointment. In the past, people often received a small paper certificate at a station. 遅延証明書です。遅延証明書です。You know? But these days, many railway companies provide delay certificates online. So you can check the railway company's website, select a line, select a date, then show or download the certificate. For some people, this sounds very formal. A train was late, so there is an official certificate. Wow, just over 5 minutes. But in Japan, where many people commute by train, this makes sense. If thousands of people are late because of the same train delay, it is helpful to have a shared, clear system. Instead of every person explaining, my train was delayed, there is a certificate. It is a small example of how Japanese society often uses documents, systems, or official notices to make things clear. Sometimes people joke that Japan has a document for everything. But in this case, it can be useful. It also shows how much punctuality matters in Japanese daily life. If a train is delayed by only a few minutes, many people notice. In some countries, a 5-minute delay might not feel like a big deal. But in Japan, many people plan their commute very carefully. They may take the same train every morning. They may transfer to another line. They may arrive at work just in case. So, even a small delay can affect many people. It is also connected to work culture, school culture, punctuality, and the idea of responsibility. Again, Japan is not perfect. Sometimes this strictness can feel stressful. But as a system, the delay certificates is very Japanese. It is practical. It is official. It helps people explain the situation without needing to argue. Alright, number 4. Japan has a very organized lost and found system. The next one is lost items. Many people who visit Japan are surprised by how often lost items come back. I am Japanese, but I am surprised with that. Of course, it is not guaranteed. You should always be careful with your belongings. But Japan has a very, very organized lost and found system. For example, if you lose something at the train, you can ask the station staff. If someone finds something on the street, they may take it to a police box called a koban. A koban is a small police box you can find in many neighborhoods. They are part of everyday life in Japan. If you lose your wallet, bag, keys, umbrella, or even a small item, there is a chance someone may turn it in. Wow, I think it's an impressive thing. Again, not always, but it happens often enough that many Japanese people first think, maybe I should ask the station or the police. I think this system is supposed to buy several things. First, there is the actual system. There are forms, records, storage places, contact methods, police database, station lost and found office, and rules. Second, there is the social expectation. Many people are taught from childhood that if you find something, you should not keep it. You should give it to a teacher, a shop staff member, a station staff member, or the police. Third, there is trust. People believe that if they turn in a lost item, the system will try to return it to the owner. This does not mean everyone in Japan is always honest. That would be too idealistic. There is crime in Japan too. Things can be stolen. Items can disappear. But compared with many places, the expectation that a lost item might come back is quite strong in Japan. And that expectation itself shapes people's behavior. For example, if someone finds a wallet in a public place, they may feel that taking it would be very wrong. They may also think there are cameras, witness, station staff, a police nearby. So the system and the culture support each other. For visitors, this can feel surprising. How do you feel? Imagine leaving your phone on the train or your wallet. You panic, right? You go to the station office or call the station office. The staff checks the system. A few hours later, your phone is found at the final station. It may sound unbelievable, but stories like this are not real at all. This is one of the things I think Japan can be proud of. I like it. Not because Japan is perfect, but because there is a strong system behind it. The kindness is not only individual kindness. It is kindness supported by structure. Alright, number 5. Children often go to school without their parents. Children often go to school without their parents. Surprising? The next one may be surprising to some people. In many areas in Japan, elementary school children go to school without their parents. Of course, it depends on the area, the child's age, the school, the distance, and the family, but it is common to see children walking to school in groups. They wear school bags called landoseri. Landoseri is tough and big one though. Carry yellow safety covers, hats, wear bottles, water bottles, or small bags. In the morning, you may see groups of children walking together through the neighborhood. Sometimes older children lead younger children. This is called 集団登校. Commuting to school. 集団 means groups. 登校 means go to school. Not every school uses this system, but it is very common in many areas. There are also local volunteers, parents, closing guards, teachers, or community members watching to the rules. Some streets have signs saying school route or 通学路. Drivers are expected to be careful around the school zones. For people from countries where parents usually drive their children to school, this can feel surprising. They may think, are these children really walking by themselves? It's dangerous, right? I know you're feeling, and I sometimes feel the same thing. But it is not just the children are left alone. There is often a community system around them. The route is familiar, the time is predictable, neighbors know children are walking, schools may set rules, parents may take turns watching certain spots. This is another example of trust and structure. Children learn independence little by little. They learn how to walk safely, cross roads, greet neighbors, follow rules, stay with the group, and arrive on time. Maybe older children are learning how to take care of the younger children. For Japanese people, seeing small children walk to school can feel normal. But from the outsider perspective, it shows something important about society. A place where children can walk to school without their parents needs more than just safety. It needs a social trust. It needs predictable rules. It needs community awareness. It needs adults who care, even if they are not the child's parent. Of course, there are still dangers. Parents still worry. Accidents can happen. Schools and communities still need to improve safety. So, I don't want to say Japan is completely safe. That's why they are doing that. That is not true. But I think this daily scene says a lot of Japanese society. Small children walking to school together, bags on their backs. Morning sunlight, a quiet neighborhood. It is a very ordinary scene in Japan. But for many people from other countries, it may be one of the most memorable things they see here, maybe. Number 6. Japan has many national holidays, but not always long vacations. The next topic is holidays. How many holidays do your country have? Japan has many national holidays. There are 16 national holidays in a year. For example, New Year's Day, Coming of Age Day, National Foundation Day, the Emperor's Birthday, Constitution Memorial Day, Children's Day, Marine Day, Mountain Day, Respect for the Aged Day, Culture Day, Labor Thanksgiving Day, and more. So, when you look at our Japanese calendar, you may see many red days. In Japan, holidays are usually printed in red on calendars. That is why people sometimes call the holidays Akai-hi. Akai-hi means red days. Compared with many Western countries, Japan has quite a lot of national holidays, don't you think? But here is the interesting part. Can you guess what? Japan has many holidays, but it does not always have very long vacations. For example, I heard in some European countries, people may take 2 or 3 weeks off in summer. In Japan, that kind of long vacation is not as common for everyone. Instead, Japan has several big holiday seasons. The first one is New Year's. Around the end of December and the beginning of January, many companies close for several days. People go back to their hometowns, visit family, eat traditional New Year's food, clean the house, visit shrines, or relax at home. The second one is Golden Week. Golden Week is a period from late April to early May. Several national holidays are close together, so many people take extra days off to make a longer break. During Golden Week, travel spots can become very crowded. Hotels, trains, highways, airports, everything can be busy and expensive. The third one is Obon. Obon is a summer period when many people visit family graves, return to their hometowns, or spend time with their relatives. Obon is not a national holiday in the same way, but many companies have summer holidays around that time. So, Japan has a unique rhythm. New Year's, Golden Week, Obon. Several 3-day weekends. Many national holidays throughout the year, but at the same time, taking a very long personal vacation can still be difficult in some workplaces. This is why I ought to describe Japan like this. Japan has many short breaks rather than one very long vacation. Many office workers also have paid leave. Legally, paid leave increases depending on how long you have worked at the company, up to 20 days per year. But in reality, many people don't use all their paid leave. Some people feel guilty. Some workplaces are too busy. Some people worry about causing trouble for coworkers. Some people simply find it difficult to take many days off in a row. So, when we talk about Japan and holidays, we need to separate two things: the system and the culture. The system gives people many holidays and paid leave. That is very good things. But the culture of actually taking a long vacation is still different from some other countries. This is very, very Japan-like. We are not good at taking long vacation. On paper, there are many days off, but in real life, many people still feel pressure to work hard. So for this topic, I would not say Japanese people have so much vacation. That sounds too simple. I would say Japan has many national holidays and several big holiday seasons, and they have usually paid leave. But long personal vacations are not always easy to take. That is more accurate. Weird? Yeah, I know. I feel it's weird. Alright, so watching these 6 things daily life in Japan, what do you think? What do you feel? It's too much? It's too strict? It is good? It is convenient? I think both. Japan is very punctual and, some people say kind, and we have small systems like that and structure, which is very good. But sometimes I feel like too strict, too punctual, too kind like that. So, Japan is not a fantasy country, of course. We have programs, we have crowded trains, we have overwork, we have strict rules. But still, we have many beautiful small details in everyday life. I think we need to balance them more and more. That is our jobs and our responsibility if I live in Japan. Alright, so I would be very glad your thoughts are hearing these everyday life in Japan or other series. I mentioned a lot of everyday life in Japan in the past videos, so just tell me your thoughts. So thank you so much for watching at the end. I'm really enjoyed this time, and I hope see you guys again. お疲れ様でした。Have a good night wherever you are. おやすみなさい。